Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tato's Hardcore Media. Been a crazy weekend and stuff like that. Um, I know some people probably think a lot of stuff what I said was extreme and stuff like that in past videos, stuff like that. Um, and I don't think it exactly was. I do know people that have migrated here that may not have been legal. They earned their way, though. They made, you know, even some from the adult industry and stuff like that that I know of migrated here. They made their own money. They were not leeching off others, not getting stuff for free and stuff like that. People have migrated here. There's a right way and a wrong way of coming into this country. My ancestors, we got nothing for free coming here. Nothing for free. These other people, they do get stuff for free. They leech off of taxpayer money, our resources and stuff like that. Getting free housing, a lot of time getting food stamps, free schooling, free health care. And in the old days, our ancestors never got that. We didn't have health care. Back in the old days, there was no such thing as health care like there is today. So I see this from Anton Daniels. Give him a shout out. I want to see what they're saying about this. Want to. I don't even like getting that upset about stuff. I really don't, because it really makes me look bad as well. And it's just I'm pissed off about a lot of stuff that's happening. It's not right. So that's why I've gotten upset about a lot of stuff, because Democrats have allowed this stuff to happen, this division and hate to happen. And it's not right to bring people in just for votes and just take all our America's resources. And for now, they feel they're entitled to get more free stuff. Anyways.
Bro, I am trying my hardest to understand why the ICE protesters, some of them, are going around and waving their country flag, but yet they won't go home. You're burning up American flags and waving your country's flags, but yet you're in America, protesting against ICE. I don't understand it. Go back home. Deport them all. No excuses no more. Seriously. And Governor Gavin Newsom, he needs to be arrested.
He does.
I don't understand it. I really don't.
Listen, I just got pissed and said that these people should be arrested and executed for what they've done, because the thing is, it's treason and what they're doing to American people. You're talking about FEMA not having money for American people that have died in places like North Carolina, South Carolina, people that were stricken from hurricanes, tornadoes. They gave all this fucking money to illegals and stuff. And, under Biden and stuff like that. And they don't care anything about us, American people and stuff like that. It's like, if you come through this country, do it the legal way, get vetted, make sure you're not a criminal. And what's been happening is we got criminals taking over the streets of LA and in other places. You got gangs running amok and taking over streets, taking over properties, stuff like that, killing off people, intimidating, blackmail, taking money, stealing money. new gangs popping up, taking over territories. And it's like, look, everyone's going to have their opinion about it. It's just like, look at what they've done in destroying this country. I mean, if you're okay with it, then I think you should take these illegals and you should pay for them. And not have American tax dollars go towards them and stuff like that. You know, they're also taking our jobs, you know, for lower wages. They're actually stealing our jobs, and that is a huge problem. I don't like getting pissed like that. I really don't. It makes me look bad. And I know a lot of the adult performers I know, they wouldn't like that, how pissed I get. And I'm not like that all the time. I like to joke around. I like to have fun and everything. It's just what's happening is really unforgivable. And for them to, you know, I agree with her having another. If you like Mexico so much, go back over there. Go back over there. They're not. You know why? Because there's cartels. They got cartels. They got gangs and stuff like that. They can end up dead, or else they're doing business over here from the cartels or gangs. You know, you got Sinaloa, you got all these other cartels over there, and you got stuff happening over here being killed off from cartels in Mexico. You know, you got drugs, you know, you got sex trade, human trafficking, stuff like that. Again, not all illegals are bad, I know that. I don't like to paint this I'm hateful, you know, and it's not about, you know, race. It has nothing to do with race. When you have Asians, you have Haitians, you have Jamaicans, you got, you know, Puerto Ricans, you got Ukrainians, Russians, North Koreans, Chinese being arrested. This is what the left is trying to do, is create racism and stuff. And it's working because not enough people are calling out the bullshit of these rats, political rats, that's trying to create racism, and it has nothing to do with race. When all different races are being arrested, this isn't about color. It's just that Latino people make up the majority with what's happening. So you got people from Africa too that have been arrested, from everywhere. So
for all you liberals, Democrats, whatever you want to call yourself, if you do not like America, deport yourself or allow ICE to deport you. It's simple.
You know, this is another thing. There's a lot of stuff that I hate about America, but that's the government. It's not America, and, you know, I've wanted like a revolution and stuff like that and everything because of how corrupt both sides, you know, political parties are. They're like a mafia and everything. They're very corrupt and overtax us, and they abuse, you know, the money that they get from us. And you got UFOs, ET stuff, that's secret, you know, so much other stuff that I talk on other videos. And it's the government that I hate, that I think it should be destroyed the way that it is and remade to where it was back when. It's like, I love the country, it's just the government that I don't like, that I hate, and stuff like that. And that's something that I think that I need to always make more clearer, and stuff. And there's stuff that people like and dislike about this country. We should say the government, and stuff. And I believe the government there's parts of the government needs to be totally destroyed and redone and stuff like that. That's from the corruption But yeah, it's like these people are entitled, these illegals, and they're not getting the money, they're not getting the resources, they're not getting the free stuff, they're not getting that. So they're going out on the streets, and you got anarchists too, and they're just attacking, taking over streets and stuff like that.
These people are hypocrites too, because Obama deported way more illegal immigrants than Trump. Where was the outrage? Again, right. Where was the outrage?
Right.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Right. The reason that it doesn't make any sense is because it's nonsensical. It's stupid. It's dumb. Everything that you see happening and taking place right now. And again, think about all of the liberals. Think about the 92% that actually stood up for these people. Think about the people that was against closed off borders, because this isn't something new. This isn't something that Trump just came up with. Trump has been advocating for closing off our borders since he got into office. And now that he actually is executing on a thing that he promised, because we so used to politicians lying to us, not actually delivering on the promises and the things that they said that they're going to do. We're used to that. But now that we have somebody that actually delivers on their promises and is getting these people up out of here, now everybody is in an uproar. And you know what they're doing? Destroying LA. They are destroying LA. Man, I'm telling you, if I didn't have a daughter that I had to attend to, I would be out there covering that junk on the ground. They are absolutely destroying it. They throwing stuff at the National Guard. Trump had to send the National Guard into Los Angeles to prevent them from absolutely burning down the city. And you've heard nothing from Gavin Newsom. Karen Bass is advocating for practically doxing ICE agents that are arresting illegal migrants, who the people that they arrested, the majority of them had crimes that they had perpetuated here in the United States of America. And we rocking with that.
Was this reported? This was 12 hours ago. So yeah, Newsom has talked back, and he's like, come after me for doing this, egging, Trump's. I mean, there's stuff that I don't like about Trump. There's plenty of stuff and everything, but I support him getting these illegals out, because they're not entitled to get all this stuff for free. It's just wrong, and it's something that I don't like, and everything.
Y'all going? All right, no worries. We can continue. But there's plenty of people, and I was surprised. I was surprised at all of the people, because it wasn't just white people. It was a ton of people. I said, yo, I thought that these people was a part of the 92 and the 78%. It's a lot of people that's saying, nah, man, what the hell is going on over here in Los Angeles?
Now, what's crazy is people think that they can come to America illegally and have fucking rights. That shit doesn't make no damn sense. Y'all bring y'all ass over here illegally and then think that you have rights of an American citizen, which is some bullshit, bro. And honestly, you know what I mean? I lived in LA for 2 years, so I seen the health care and the Medicare and the welfare system. And honestly, hard-working fucking Americans are paying the bill for all these illegal motherfuckers to have health insurance, to be able to get welfare, food stamps, child care. All this shit right here is, we are footing the bill. The people that are actually tax-paying American citizens are footing this motherfucking bill for all these people. And they have the fucking nerve to get mad and have fucking attitudes and be upset with us for not wanting to continue to foot the bill for they motherfucking ass. Bro, we can barely afford to foot the bill for our goddamn self. But we are paying the bill for all y'all illegal motherfuckers to be over here and doing whatever the fuck y'all want. Not only are y'all over here illegally making money, y'all illegally not paying fucking taxes. So that means that all this free money that y'all are...
Because a lot of them, and he's right, and a lot of these people, they actually, not only are they sending the majority of what they make back to their home country, back to their people back there, and they looking to get more of their people over here in the United States of America. But most of them is not paying taxes because they working under the table. So when you listen to these law enforcement people, or you listen to these politicians, or you listen to these legislators, and they always saying stuff like, "Oh, and they," but no, they don't. No, they don't. A lot of them are not. Absolutely, I would say the majority of them are not. Absolutely, they don't have work permits.
Making y'all sending this shit back to y'all fucking country.
Like I said, that's another big problem, is that they're taking American jobs because they're hiring them illegals for lower wage. And these stupid Democrats start labeling this. They say, "Oh, we need them here so we can pay them less to do a job." That's slavery. That is a form of slavery and human trafficking, which is illegal. It is illegal not to pay people their American wages, too. And stuff like that, because if they don't do their job, they have to go back. Or else you have the cartels going after these illegals that still owe these cartels and these gang members money for getting them across the border. So we're actually helping these people in a lot of ways. If we get them into these ICE detention centers, we're giving them away from the cartels and these gangs that are using them for money. Because they still owe money for getting across the border. And this is not talked about enough. It isn't. That some of these people that have gotten caught, they're finally away from, being abused, by these gangs or cartel people here, because they're just taking their money and everything that they got and everything. And you're not going to hear that from the other side. You're not going to hear that whatsoever. And it's just another thing that really pisses me off. This guy's going to.
Which does not benefit the American people at fucking all. Sorry, but not motherfucking sorry. Bro, y'all got to fucking go. Y'all got to go. Now, if you come back the right way, that's perfectly fine. If you come back and you're a tax-paying citizen and all that shit, that's perfectly fine. I have nothing to say about that right there. The only thing I am speaking on is illegal motherfuckers that think they have the rights of American fucking citizens, which you do fucking not, bro. And we are not finna keep paying the bill for y'all motherfucking ass. Right. Point blank, period. I'm not finna keep doing it. Every time I look at my motherfucking paycheck, I got a fucking deduction on my goddamn paycheck that's supporting y'all motherfucking ass, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. I stand behind Trump 100% when it comes to these deportations. If you're not an American fucking citizen, if you did not come here legally, if your paperwork is not fucking correct, your ass need to go, bro.
And I 100% agree with him. I don't know how much more y'all, because see, people act like they really hate Trump, but they agree with him. They don't want to go against what the community is saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want to be ostracized or outcast by the community by saying, yo, I agree with Trump on this, or he was absolutely right on that. They don't want to be to show themselves to actually be rocking with him. And so the popular thing to do is either to not support him or to stay quiet. But people know what's up. They agree with it, and I don't know who disagree with it unless you're an illegal migrant into this country.
I'm not gonna lie. Y'all niggas down there in LA got me pissed off this morning, my nigga. Now, for the simple fact that y'all down there just tearing up shit, just tearing down the whole Los Angeles for no fucking reason, bro, just let me know y'all really don't give a fuck about these people, these so-called people that y'all motherfucker doing all this for. Because for the simple fact that you niggas sat down there and destroyed the Kobe and Gigi mural, bro, just let me know, bro. I don't give a fuck about y'all no more, bro. I hope ICE freaking deport every single one of y'all, bro. Cause this is what the fuck y'all do, bro. Y'all use situations like this just to go around fucking town burning it up. Now, what the fuck is y'all burning and destroying shit for in the goddamn city? Y'all supposed to be fucking mad at the ICE agents. The buildings and the murals and all this shit didn't do nothing to y'all. So I'm not understanding why the fuck is y'all down there tearing the fucking city up, burning cars and all this shit, my nigga. Like, this shit is gonna solve something. And then y'all want to be down there, and it's truthfully, it's only Mexicans, because them the only people down there. Y'all down there burning down cars and shit, and then you want to be in fucking waving the Mexicans.
This is the thing, is that it's not about all Mexicans. It's not. There's white people, there's Asians, Filipinos, Chinese, North Koreans that are being arrested. It's just the left is painting a story, a narrative, saying that ICE is going after just Latinos, and that's bullshit. They want to create race wars. This is the left. They want to create race wars and stuff like that. And I'm not on the other side. I don't like politicians. I don't like politics. I'm not a political person. I don't like either side because of what they like to do. They like to just go after and attack each other and stuff like that. I don't like politics. This is about what's right and what's wrong. That's the thing. There's a right way of doing things and a wrong way of doing things. And it's like, I don't like it. The news, especially, likes to paint it like that. You got Haitians here, you got people from Jamaica, stuff like that. And the news isn't reporting that. They want to report this as an attack on the Latinos, and it's not. Though we see on the news, Mexican and stuff like that, because that's the main, population is, Latino and stuff like that. And you have like millions of illegals that have come through California and stuff like that over the past 20 years and everything. And so they're a huge part of the population because of that and everything. So, I mean, some stuff I don't agree with this guy is just taking out on ICE. That's not right either. That's their job, is make the place safer and stuff.
Mexican flag and shit. Like, bro, what is you doing? If you love Mexico so bad, go the fuck back, my nigga. That's the whole point of this shit.
And they could do that.
So I'm telling you, bro. That when I seen that they messed up Kobe and Gigi Murray, bro,
part of it.
That's when I was all like, you know what? I don't give a fuck about them. ICE, do your job. And the National Guard is coming soon too. So I hope they deport every single one of you niggas down there for that shit, bro. Y'all really pissed me off with that. And y'all for y'all to be from California, y'all know how much Kobe and Gigi mean to us, nigga. But y'all don't give a fuck, bro. Y'all just want to be down there tearing shit up. And for that, I ain't got no respect for y'all. I don't care what's going on. I don't care if your mom's been here 40 years. If she ain't legal, get the fuck out of here. Just like that, bro. Since y'all want to be tearing up shit for no fucking reason, bro, fuck y'all too. And y'all waving the Mexican flag and tearing shit down and burning up cars is not helping y'all case to stay up.
And people are finally starting to wake up, and I'm excited for it. At some point, you're going to wake up and say, you know what? Maybe we did get it wrong. Maybe we should not, because people show who they truly are. They show who they truly are. Let me know what y'all think inside the comments. Make sure to tap to the Patreon links in the description. Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I always like to give credit to the content creators. That link will be down in the description also. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later.
But, I mean, this is, they is entitled. They feel like they're entitled to get all this stuff for free. And everything. This is a huge problem. And they're taking over freeways and stuff like that. And law enforcement, LAPD, and LA County sheriffs are pussies. They're big pussies. Let them do whatever they want. And stuff. They totally label this. And that's not right. And stuff. But, let me see here. Is this it? That's him get out, dude. We got that. But there's Christy L right there. I'm not a right person or anything, so I just don't like. I actually hate politics. I do. It's just about. I like to cover things, right, wrong ones. I have to put this in as protest because that stupid YouTube thing. Those riots. Let me see here. They have some stuff. I saw on CNBC earlier. They had LAUSD and they had that. They have CNBC. So they're obviously offline now. Cars continue shortly.
Demonstrators, you can see there, have already.
That's too loud. Or these are people that don't have a job, no life. You're obviously getting free food, living off the state welfare. So that's really.
Immigrants are welcome here. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it
No,
loud, say it clear.
You're not welcome here.
Immigrants are welcome here. Immigrants are welcome here.
You're not welcome here. Get the fuck out. Anyways. Bunch of entitled people. Let's see. Rap is still closed. They're out of 101. They got the Diddy trial and everything. I should be going over that, I think. I think I should cover some of that, though. I mean, probably a homeless guy, videoing LAPD. They have to protect their porta potties. Let's be real, they got it. You better have bazookas and tanks out there ready to defend those porta potties. Or is that portable water? What's the difference? Who cares? Porta potties, portable water, salsa. Water teeth, they got it. I would get me, I would take me some vitamins real quick. Ugh. Guys are really shit filthy like that. Yeah, that big old armored thing is so moving. Yeah, I got the Diddy stuff going and everything. That's some crazy ass shit happening. Just use live ammo. They'll stop. Seriously. Use live ammo, they're there to stop. They ain't gonna be doing that shit. Let's see here. Let's see on here. Oh. Just let this back. Oh, the same thing here. Let's see here.
Are welcome to do that. Everyone
148 people.
has a right to make their voices
Get those
heard.
bitches out.
And our local law enforcement will always protect that right and the rights of everyone in our city to be safe. But let me also be clear. We will not tolerate violent and destructive behavior, and we will never tolerate violence directed at law enforcement or city workers. Our public servants are there to protect the right to protest and the right to be safe.
He's gotta be Jewish.
Behavior towards them
He's
is
definitely
unacceptable.
Jewish. I can tell.
Our team was prepared yesterday,
Yes,
and the
like,
police
I
officers
Jewish
protecting
people,
and monitoring the
1,000
protests
years ago.
conducted themselves with dignity and professionalism. When the situation called for monitoring, they monitored. When the situation called for action, they took action. They did exactly what they needed to do to keep everyone safe. I want to thank the police officers, firefighters, sheriff's deputies, 911 dispatchers, muni operators, street cleaners, and hospital workers who responded to yesterday's activities and have stepped up to get our public transit fully operational and our streets cleaned. And I want to thank all the leaders behind me, our elected officials, and our community leaders who have overwhelmingly been good partners in sharing verified, accurate accurate information, standing up for our communities, and keeping everyone in our community safe. We expect more activity this week. We are prepared, and we will keep people safe. Chief Yep and the SFPD are leading the city's operational response, and Director Carroll and the Department of Emergency Management will continue coordinating our interagency response. We have already convened this morning and will have regular check-ins throughout the day today as long as these activities continue. I am fully confident in our team's ability to handle whatever comes our way, just as we did yesterday. Thank you.
Oh, shut the fuck! I don't want malware bites.
From SFPD Interim Chief Paul Yep.
Good morning, everyone. I want to thank all our public safety partners for joining us today. And I want to thank Mayor Daniel Lurie for continuing to make public safety his top priority. I also want to thank our officers who faced numerous attacks last night. This kind of violence against our officers is not acceptable.
That's San Francisco.
We had one officer who was treated at the hospital, and thankfully, that officer is recovering. As your acting chief of police, I want everyone to know that keeping our city safe is my #1 focus. That is why I spent the entire day yesterday and pretty much all weekend coordinating with our mayor, the public safety leaders you see with me and behind me, developing a plan to ensure we were ready for anything that might happen.
You guys were.
Unfortunately, what began as First Amendment activity turned into violence and property destruction. Individuals are always free to exercise their constitutional rights, but let me be clear, violence and property destruction will never be tolerated in San Francisco. Our residents and our businesses deserve to live in a safe city. Thanks to our planning, we were prepared. When members of the crowd began committing vandalism, destroying property, and committing assaults, we declared an unlawful assembly to gain control of the situation at Sansom and Washington Streets. Throughout the night, at multiple locations, officers made arrests. The San Francisco Police Department officers ultimately surrounded and arrested a small group that refused to disperse on the 200 block of Montgomery Street. Throughout the night, we made 148 arrests, which included the group of roughly 60 individuals on the 200 block of Montgomery Street.
Wow.
147 of those people were cited and released. One person was arrested for a felony. Officers also arrested 6 juveniles. We know that about half the people arrested were San Francisco residents, while the other half live outside of San Francisco. Outside of the city. We're continuing our investigation into these cases, including the attacks on our officers. San Franciscans should know that we are committed to keeping our city safe. I also want our immigrant communities to know that we are committed to building trust with you. Immigration enforcement is the federal government's job. It is not the responsibility of the
Actually, it
SF.
is your fucking responsibility. It is your
San
fucking
Francisco
responsibility.
has a long-standing sanctuary city ordinance.
It is your responsibility.
That generally prohibits officers from participating in immigration
upholding the law. You're supposed to be upholding
Additionally,
the law.
our policies require officers to follow the law and generally prohibit the use of city resources.
This is the thing. It is their duty to follow the law and keep criminals off our streets. So them, no matter what city, San Francisco, LA, Colorado, New York, Chicago, doesn't matter. These assholes are supposed to follow the law. They're supposed to be keeping us, the people, safe. Unless we're given machine guns and stuff like that so we can keep people off our property or something. But we have all these criminals on the street and stuff like that. And you're not doing your job? I mean, what the fuck is up with that? That's complete bullshit. Your job is to get the criminals off the streets, deport them, or to send them to another country, or whatever that place is, El Salvador or whatever. But because you're not doing your jobs, this anarchy and chaos is happening around the country.
To assist in the enforcement of federal immigration laws. However, violence and property destruction are a separate matter. We will continue to enforce the law as we plan for anything that might happen in the future.
Right, everyone. That was the update there from San Francisco. Police saying that there was 148 arrests made yesterday in the city as those anti-ICE protests persisted. But as you can see, now we are going to be switching gears to a live event coming from the Secret Service to detail the security protocols for this weekend's big D.C. military parade. Let's listen in.
Oh, it's not.
And I'd like to take a moment to recognize.
Let me see here.
Chiefs.
I want to see the others.
Check one, check two, test test. Check one, check two, test test. Check one, check two, test test. Check. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Cool.
Oh, this person has stolen land. You're right. You stole our land. Yes, you illegal stole our land. Exactly. Thank you for fessing up. You stole our land. Exactly. And our resources, our money. Yes. We have people kicked out of houses, apartments just for you. Yes, you're right. You stole our land. Thank you very much. Including Native Americans, tribal.
Check, one, two, check.
Somebody cut the cable. Somebody cut the audio. Please cut the audio, somebody. Let's not cut David Huerta. David Huerta. I'm sorry, I'm not going to give these guys press. I'm just not. I think they all need to be deported. They're part of the problem. Those rats need to just all be locked up. I want to see if there's different stations here. No. Let's see what. So it says I could just hold the mouse on it and it'll show me stuff. Let me see. It's not doing that right now. How nice. Associated Press. Oh, there, got their ABC 10. Let's go with this and this.
Suspected labor leaders that we have in the city, him being injured, going to a hospital.
Still in federal
custody. Is this for last night?
Yes, he's still in federal custody. If I understand it right, his arraignment is today.
This clown started a lot of the problems. She's a part of the problem.
In our city. And you know, we have to think about the families on Friday. 3 different workplaces where raids took place. Many of those family members
This person needs to get for treason badly.
They don't know where their relatives are still here. Are they in Southern California? Have they been shipped to a country that maybe they don't even know? And so the instability
her, Newscomb, these other politicians here in California are a big problem.
President Trump, have you spoken directly to the administration?
I have spoken directly to the administration.
I think they should be put in the trash compactor and stuff. But
in the next few days.
Have they been responsive to you explaining why this isn't going to work in the city of Los Angeles, and that as we're seeing, the city is going to resist this?
Well, I felt, first of all, that they were accessible, that they were responsive. However,
let's see. Let's go to another one. This
about
is
the National
ABC
Guard.
10.
Trump has promised 2,000 members.
So
I heard yesterday there was about 300. you're still feeling as though the National Guard, Trump calling the National Guard, that's what's responsible for yesterday? Because
She sees the National Guard as a problem, but she's the problem.
Yesterday, this was a buildup, you know.
Because they're not even supposed to be here. Illegals aren't even supposed to be
So
here.
you are correct. He called for 2,000.
They want those votes. They want those votes and
Los
everything.
Angeles and another 100 in the adjacent city of Paramount.
But let's talk about what we saw yesterday, and then in the afternoon, and then into the evenings.
Right there. I just going through different channels, see what. Some of them are using the same camera guide, the same feed, so it doesn't matter like what place you go to, it's all the same. I don't feel like getting triggered too much by watching bass. I just don't like that. It doesn't help. I just blow up and stuff like that. But it doesn't help my health, mental health either. But portable water. Let's see CNBC.
Estatal, baje sus armas y regrese a sus cuarteles.
I just shut him up. You see the propaganda news. The news is spreading propaganda by having them on. That is propaganda that the news is putting out. Again, it's the same thing. Associated Press. I need to get, because let's go back here again. This is they're putting out propaganda. They're taking over all these streets and everything. So you know what side CNBC is in the news. They're promoting this stuff. I mean, this is the problem right here. Is that news is propaganda machine and not putting out the truth. You know whose side they're on. You really need their best, brother, sister, whatever you are out there. Hey, last night we saw LA. We could see LA just getting totally their butts kicked in the streets. Totally. Yeah, the usual suspects, the anarchists. The anarchist movement is in full swing. They gotta be homeless. They got no jobs. They're living off welfare. I mean, they're gonna riot because they want those entitlements. They want the Social Security. They want the checks. They want the rent. They want the Section 8. I mean, I'd be pissed too. Death to America, how nice. Look at that. Look at that. Death to America. Look at that. These are people right here. These are the people that that Bass and Newscomb is protecting. The people that want this country totally destroyed. That's really good. Yeah, those are the people we need to protect right there. Well, this is nice. Got to stay this forever. I mean, I wish I had some armored vehicles myself. I really do. Really want some donation? Jesus Christ. I'm half deaf and that bothers me. I want to go and say this is from May 20th. But I want to. They're obviously looping
We are following that law. Those offices that you referenced are still open and functioning and providing their duties as required, but they have been right-sized. Many times the Office of Civil Rights and Civil Liberties, or the Ombudsman Office, which you and I visited about before, had grown quite expansive. They were used as a political tool, suing and attacking each other and censoring individuals and not doing the job for which they were created. So we've right-sized them, put them back on mission. And if there would be an instance to where notification is required, I certainly will follow that.
Time has expired. Senator Moreno.
I just have to.
Thank you again, Secretary. So following up on the themes that were just brought up, it seems to me that the most common sense answer and the least expensive way to house criminal aliens in the country is to not allow them to come here in the first place.
Yes.
Right? So whether it's $160 a day, $100,000 a day, it should be zero per day. And I hope that my Democrat colleagues, let's just codify what President Trump has done and prevent criminal aliens or anybody from entering this country illegally. That seems like the most fiscally conservative things. I hope when you're talking about these questions, the Secretary...
Well, I mean, our ancestors, this is the thing. They get anything for free. They got no handouts. If anything, it'd be from family that helped them out. And usually, you could be sick. If you were sick or whatever, sometimes they'd keep you in a hospital off of, like, around Ellis Island, stuff like that. They wouldn't allow you inside the country, just there at the island. And you had to show that you had some support, usually. They didn't let people in. They just let people in. You had to have connections and stuff like that and prove that you could make your way and everything. There was no Social Security. There was no food stamps. No health care. We didn't have any of that stuff back then. So I mean, what these people are handouts and
Against technology. I was visiting Anderl. They have some incredible technology for detection that makes the Border Patrol agents lives. You're looking at technology like that, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's one of the discussions that we've had quite often with members of Congress and in these committee hearings is just the wall will look very different based on where it is. Plus, the wall was never finished, even where you have a steel bollard wall. Many times they erected the steel bollard wall, but didn't build out the technology to support it and to keep individuals from throwing ladders and ropes over them. There's a whole system that was designed to operate together. And even when the wall was built, President Trump was never given the opportunity to complete the system that would actually secure it much better than just simple infrastructure.
Sure. So physical barrier, tunnel detections.
Yes.
Technology,
surveillance.
and some of these technologies can determine the difference between an animal and a human, can direct Border Patrol agents safely, let them know what to expect when they're there. So those are all the technologies. Let's talk about another part of what I would call the wall, which is the human element. How was the morale of the Border Patrol agents when you got there? When you took over day one and you visited them, kind of describe briefly what that was like.
Well, they were very discouraged. If you remember, many of us
I think you're being kind of discouraged.
They were not allowed to do their jobs. They hired on to Border Patrol and ICE. I would say it's the same story, to do a job, and they weren't allowed to do that by the last administration. So now they're.
So there's recruitment challenges.
There was, but not anymore. I mean, Border Patrol has a dramatic increase.
We have to make sure we pay them properly.
That's correct.
So that's part of the money, right, that we have raises for them. Near and dear to my heart is the automobiles that they use there. Describe the insanity of the kinds of vehicles that Biden and Mayorkas was giving. These are the most rugged terrains in America, boulders and rocks and hills. And they were sending F-150s out there with 17-inch wheels. And how many of the fleet was down just because of total and complete inability to accomplish the mission?
At times, it was upwards to 30 to 40% of the fleet just was unusable, not able to be maintained. Times the percentage would increase based on the conditions to which they were deployed as well.
And I know you and I have talked about this, but I just want to reinforce it on the record. We have a great company that builds cars in Ohio called Jeep. They make a Gladiator that would put giant tires and wheels on a car, and they would be an amazing Border Patrol agent. And I think even our chairman would love to see new automobiles so that the Border Patrol agents can do their job. And that's certainly part of the funding. Would that be something that you look at?
Yes, it's something that we need to address. We have to. In order for them to do their jobs, they have to have the right equipment.
Last question, is there anything else that we might not have asked you that you think is important for this committee to know?
Well, I think that you've covered a lot of the components. We haven't discussed the Secret Service, and I know that that's been a big topic for this committee in the past. I have the ability and the responsibility to oversee the Secret Service, and I just want you to know that we've gone away from the DEI recruitment directive that the Biden administration has utilized to recruit agents and what their purposes are, and we've made sure that they have the ability to do their job and protect the most powerful. And one of the statistics I think you would find to be helpful is we have an over 200% increase in applications to work for the Secret Service because of the work that Sean Curran and his team have done to really tell the mission and story of what they do every day and how important it is.
Thank you.
Senator Blumenthal.
Thank you. Secretary Noem, on May 5th, the Customs and Border Patrol, Border Protection, CBP, quietly rescinded, I'm not sure it's even been reported, their, quote, processing of pregnant and postpartum non-citizens and infants, end quote, policy, which was issued on January 28, 2022, citing it as, quote, obsolete or misaligned with current agency guidance and immigration enforcement policy. I
apologize. I got stuff in my throat. I need to blow my nose and use the bathroom real quick. And I know people don't want me coughing and blowing my nose, so I don't want to be doing that for the camera.
January 28 policy memorandum followed years of inadequate care documented by a report from the Inspector General of the Department of Homeland Security showing that the treatment of pregnant, postpartum, and nursing women and infants was just horrendously and horrifically inadequate. And a recent
all right, that's enough of that. Let's see here. Hold on. They're just taking over everything. I mean, it's nice to have a party and stuff, but you know it's going to go bad later. There's a lot of people that don't have jobs and stuff. They're living on welfare, I guess. All these people have no jobs. They're taking the day off or something. I mean, holy shit. I love to party too, but yeah, well, you see. I mean, this whole thing is a fucking joke to them. Everything. They feel like they're entitled people, special people. They're not. Yeah. That's not live. It can't be live. No, I think this is from Saturday. It is from Saturday. Yeah, this is live. This is not. Let's see here. Let's see. How nice. Stupid YouTube just... So they are getting ready over there. Wait, no, this is from... Yeah, this is from before. Where's NBC 4 LA? The stupid idiots. I swear to God, shit tube is so crappy. Sometimes, let me see. Death to America, yeah. Those same people that are having a party, they're having this fucking party, want death to America and everything. Where's it? NBC LA? NBC 4 LA. Do one last thing here, didn't I? I just saw it where they were live. So look at this bullshit, YouTube. Fuck that. Idiots. Albino big elephant. Before things go crazy, I think I want to end this on a positive note. I want to see some positivity here. This is from Patrick Connolly. He's had, bear content on for years. I want to end this on a beautiful note before things go crazy again, because they will be. See how different bears on there. I wonder how old Ruby is. That's a bear. I want to end things on a high note, beautiful note here. and stuff, because I actually like to have some uplifting stuff. I don't like, no matter what, people probably think that I'm just always an angry guy and stuff like that, and everything, and people that don't know me and stuff like that. I should like to have a good time and watch funny stuff, but some stuff I can't do on ShitTube because of their bullshit DMCA crap. But let's watch something uplifting here. Patrick Connolly here, give him a like, shout out. He has bear content. Bears have come to his house over years, their cubs, stuff like that. Dangerous, but
Hey, Ruby. Hey, sweetie. How you doing? I know. You're all by yourself. You can come up. Hello. Have you met any hunks in the neighborhood yet? Maybe a little early for that.
I wonder if this bear is a former cub to Ruby or another bear. Hopefully there's something there for the bear.
Hang on.
I don't know why I think he's crazy sometimes. Having this. But, oh, he was open. I guess there's nothing there. I guess there's no food for the bear. Boy, he needs to get that cut or something. I don't know. This is 3 weeks ago.
Ooh. You stay where
this
you are.
This bear has no cubs. Oh, is there a doggy?
Hey. Well, you know, I felt bad for you.
That bear's just made itself at his home. It's like, I think I'll take this porch. This porch is mine. This has got to be a former cub of one of the bears. Has to. I mean, this guy's done this for years. A lot of years. Like 5, 6 years. Yeah. That bear could have just taken that kitty cat away. That could be its little snap.
Ignore Maddie. Okay.
Okay. Maddie is the cat. Okay, Maddie's the cat. I'm new to this part. Alright. What's the name of this bear? Good. Yeah, that's crazy. This is a wild bear, too. I mean, this bear could easily just turn and just eat them alive. You know, these bears that come by here, they could just tear apart and have food. They're hungry. It's just. It's a good thing this bear has healthy fur, doesn't have any mange on it. It looks pretty healthy right there. Looks like there could maybe a couple spots there, but looks pretty good. Those poor bears don't have any feed in that bird feeder there anymore. They'll eat that up. They love that. That's the reason why they know about that place there. Because of the bird feed that used to be there. Their mothers used to go there, so. This is a multi-generational place for some of these bears. Beautiful bear. As long as they don't try and eat you for dinner or lunch or supper or whatever. Again, this is Patrick Connolly. Check him out. It's very beautiful content. He lives in a very beautiful place, too. That bear just took over his porch there. The bear can see all the neighbors and everything there.
It's all right. It's the wind. No. Oh, no, we don't go inside. Nope. Sorry. No.
Yeah, that's what you gotta worry about, brother. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I want to go inside. I want the real food. I want your refrigerator. Those bears know how to get in your refrigerator. They know how to open doors and everything. I've seen lions open up doors. I've seen lions open up car doors. Animals are a lot fucking smarter than humans think. They're a lot more intuitive. That's female bear. That's female bear. Nipples. Deadly female bear. I'll take this.
Oh, Ruby.
Ruby. Oh, it's Ruby. Okay.
Come on. Ruby. What are you going to do about it?
I'm taking this. You don't have any bird food. I'm taking
I'm
this.
not going to fight you for it, so.
Oh man, she's upset. a lot of times he doesn't have food there. And he's like, all right, fine, I'll just take this. Try and stop me. You ain't gonna stop me.
Homeland, it's
all right,
endangering.
that's it.
That's why Congress must pass
Stop this.
my
That's it. I'm done for now. I mean, the chaos, if anything, will be later. I want to end things on a high note. I don't like a lot of people think that I just pissed off all the time. I like to watch the good stuff as well. And everything. I want to actually go back. I want to show this channel off. Here. Because I want other people to see this. As you can see right here. This is his channel, Patrick Connolly. And as you can see, I've seen a lot. That was 7 years ago. And they bring their cubs over. Dangerous, of course, but different types of animals. So I mean, check him out. You want something, uplifting and stuff like that. And, there's different animal channels that I go to. I watch stuff on lion cubs, different things and everything. So it isn't just this other stuff that I look at. So everyone have a good morning, good night, where you are. Peace out for now. I'd hope everything chaos is going to happen later.